Hello and welcome back to another superheroic episode of Goonies World. I am Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean, and with me, as always, is Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Hello, friends.
And we have Colin, also known as Goonie.
Hello there.
We're returning to Cape City with the Honey Badger and Inspector Specter. We are playing Prowlers and Paragons. So, just a very, very brief recap. You were attending a fundraiser at a very nice hotel on the shores of Lake Inferior when kind of mayhem sort of broke out, and there was a lot going on. There were two groups of guys running down some stairs. You, I think for, obvious reasons, focused on the ones that looked like supervillains initially. But then some gunfire started going off and you had to deal with that. And at this point, you're standing in the hotel lobby and it's mostly cleared out. There are some stragglers who either just got kind of trampled and are, have just started kind of getting up and shaking themselves off recently, and look like they're maybe kind of confused as to whether this, fundraiser is even going to happen now, which does not look like it is going to happen. And of course, Terry Terranova did show up as well. When you were sort of taking one of these gun-shooting briefcase boys out back for an interrogation, an extra, what Terranova at least would have considered an extra legal interrogation, but he, let you do it regardless. He just kind of turned a blind eye. But there is sort of a teenage girl standing behind the desk who looks like she's recently been crying, and a couple other random sort of society, snots, the type of people that would attend this kind of fundraiser, because they want to be seen or whatever. Are still lurking around here as well.
Yeah, so we did talk with Senator.
Yes, you did talk with Senator Daly, and he told you that he was being blackmailed by a guy named Richie Montoya, and that he'd agreed to buy these pictures off him, which he claims are of some secret agent that her identity cannot be revealed to the public, for she would be compromised. But I think the senator was done with you and would have dismissed you, and you probably wandered back to the lobby. I would think.
Okay, we need to talk to this receptionist girl and find out who the spray tan guy was who got kidnapped.
Yes, he might have actually been staying at this hotel, and if we can search his room, we might be able to find some clues.
Yeah.
So I will walk up to this crying girl behind the desk. I'm not sure if we spoke with her before. I think we might have asked her something, but I will go up to her. Ma'am.
There.
Yeah, so, you a ghost?
I'm a disembodied spirit. There's a difference, but it doesn't matter. What are you crying for?
Well, it's just kind of dramatic to have these gunshots going off and the fights happening. I just work here.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to pull it together. You're gonna have to help us out. We're superheroes.
Yeah, I could tell, but what do you need?
Well, we want to know the man that was kidnapped. I suspect it was this, Richie, what was his name?
Montoya.
Yeah, Richie Montoya. Do you have any, information on him? Was he a guest at this hotel?
Yeah, I think, he checked in today. I checked him in.
Can you tell us what room he was staying in and give us a key?
Yeah, he was staying in room 221. Here, I'll make you a key.
You do that.
And she proceeds to grab one of those plastic credit card style keys and runs it through this little machine and hands it to you.
Thanks.
And then she just starts. She was basically holding it in before. She was not actively crying, but she hands it to you, and she just starts, kind of letting it flow again a little bit.
That's all right. Let it out.
All right, so I guess that's where we can start. Is this room 221?
All right. Well, that is going to be on the up the right-hand staircase, of course. And you find it very easily. So you approach the room. It is very easy to find. And outside the door, which, by the way, I should mention is not there. It has been, kicked in and splintered. But outside of it, you see 3 crumpled trench coats on the ground. And you can hear what sounds like sort of soft whispering coming from inside.
Someone's still in there.
Well, why don't you go in there and spook them?
Yeah. I am a spook. I will,
Actually take my trench coat off, join the other trench coats. Maybe there's other ghosts in here, I don't know, but I'm gonna drop mine off and then kind of just phase my head in a little bit, like not through the door, but actually through like the wall outside, and poke my head through just a little, just so I can see on the inside.
Well, you phase through the wall, and the first thing you notice is that the room is trashed. Everything, like the sheets are thrown all over the place, clothes everywhere, the furniture, chair knocked over, desk has been kicked into the corner.
I think Keith Moon must have stayed here.
There's a half-empty bottle of champagne lying on the ground that has, spilled, and you can see caviar and other sort of finger foods and snacks, various crackers and things have been, litter the floor next to this overturned table. And but you don't see any people, and you realize that the sounds that you heard were actually coming from the television, which is currently tuned to what must be some kind of adult pay-per-view thing that the hotel provides, because there are people fucking on it right on the TV.
Really awkward angle that camera shot. Really awkward. Not flattering.
Okay, I will, I guess I must have been describing that to Honey Badger.
Well, the
Since
door's kicked open. I can see right in the room.
You can
That's
see
true,
through it, yeah. I will, just phase all the way in then, and she can walk through the door.
And it is as I described, a big ass mess with an overturned table kind of in the middle of the room, upon which apparently was sitting at some point this sort of caviar platter and champagne, but which is no longer sitting on the table because it has been upended.
Well, let's take a look around and see if we can find his personal date book or something. Some papers or documents. Maybe at a meeting, or he's talking to someone, or we could get a lead. Or maybe even his home address or whatever.
Yeah. It looks like the way this place is trashed. I don't know if it was from the confrontation, the struggle, or if they were actually overturning stuff to look for something.
Yeah, it's not entirely clear, but it looks like there may have been a bit of a brief struggle with the superheroes, or the supervillains rather, that subsequently ended poorly for Mr. Montoya, and they skedaddled. But you do find only one thing, and it's a torn scrap of paper, which appears to have had 3 words written on it. But being torn, you can't tell what those words are because none of them are complete. But you can make out the letters F and R in the first word, T and H for the second word, and ASH for the third.
For the ash.
Yes.
Mystery solved. Yeah.
Is there another pad of paper in here that maybe this got ripped off and we can do a little pencil rubbing? And just
You cannot find such a thing, no. At least not in this room.
Okay. So, if I were to make a perception or investigation roll, I wouldn't find anything else. You're basically saying this is pretty much the only evidence here?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, rack your brain and let's think of, is there any, city landmarks or well-known people or anything with the ash? It could be from the ashtray. Maybe he's in an ashtray.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, how many words could start with FR? From France. He's in France. From fro.
If it says from the ashes, it could be talking about Phoenix.
Maybe.
Actually, go ahead. Do go ahead and make that investigation roll, and I'm going to let it expand just slightly beyond the room.
Okay. Let me roll the 6 again. Okay. 3 successes.
All right, so you search the room and fail to find anything else. But knowing that there's nothing else to find here, you step out into the hallway and notice something odd. There's a black briefcase on the ground across the hall, a couple doors down.
This could be the briefcase gun technology.
Could be a bomb.
I'll approach cautiously.
All right. Well, you approach the briefcase, and you note, because you're still kind of in investigation mode, you take note of the fact that it is sitting on the floor outside room 212.
Yeah, 212.
It doesn't seem to be ticking or making any noises or anything like that. In fact, it just looks like a plain black briefcase.
All right. I'm going to open it. You better stand back if it blows it. Well, fire can still hurt me, but if it's like shrapnel or something, I'm fine.
Well, I'm pretty armored up, but I'm going to step back anyway.
Right now, does this have a combination lock on it?
Yes, it does. But it also has in addition to the combination, there's a key slot which could potentially be picked.
Well, I'll see if it's... I mean, the combination could be already set. I don't know. So I'll try to open it, see if it's locked or not.
It is locked, yes. And it doesn't explode or do anything strange when you start to mess with it.
Well, can't you just spirit yourself into the lock mechanism and tinkle some tumblers?
No, I don't think I can do that. Not exactly.
Maybe
Well, I could try to do it. I mean, I could get my hands in there. But they're kind of too thick to be manipulating pin tumblers.
Let me try this. I'm going to stick one of the claws from my fist, not in the lock hole, but I'm going to try to wedge it in and pop the briefcase open with a might roll, if that's possible.
Sounds good to me.
We're just going to have to do this the brute strength way. Just like so much else that I do. And, maybe roll a 6.
You can keep re-rolling 6s, right?
That's right.
That's 3. 4 successes.
Well, you pop the lock right open, and the briefcase falls open on the floor, revealing that it is completely full of cash.
Whoa.
Yeah. Monies were exchanged.
And then left. Wonder who's in this room 212. Why don't you phase in through the door and see if you can see something?
Yeah, I will poke my head in.
I bet you've been kicked out of like 5 hotels already.
No, I don't do that.
So you're phasing in to this room 212.
Just my face, yeah.
Well, this room is empty in terms of people as well as the other. But in every other respect, it is kind of like the opposite. There are 2 beds here, which are immaculately made. All the furniture is in the place it should be. The room is clean. I mean, everything looks in order. But there is a table on the far side of the room where you see a bunch of papers and stuff kind of jumbled around.
Jackpot.
All right. Well, I will phase all the way in, and in case this door. Well, I'll just open the door from the inside.
Unlock it and open it, yep.
Yeah.
Then I assume the both of you head over in the direction of this this table and the various papers.
Yeah.
As the most obvious thing to investigate. And the notes are kind of hard to read and scribbled very hastily, almost like, like a doctor writing a prescription back in the day. Back when they actually wrote them on paper instead of magically sending them through the ether to the pharmacy. But there are a few things that stand out having been scrawled here on these various little notes and pieces of hotel letterhead. Several different and seemingly unrelated foreign countries and cities, Paris and Brussels and Berlin. And then the name Gary?
Gary.
And then on one of them, there are one of these little scraps of paper. You see what appears to be Phoenix Agent, and on another, Phoenix Agenda.
I knew it. Phoenix. From the ashes.
Yeah, that was a good guess. I've never heard of Phoenix.
Oh, sorry. What did it say? Phoenix? What?
One of them said Phoenix Agent, and one of them said Phoenix Agenda.
Yeah, it makes it sound like the name of an organization or something, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. The senator mentioned a secret agent woman that he was with. I didn't believe it. I thought he was just having an affair. And, I thought if that wasn't a lie, then I'll fuck a cat. But that... he might be telling the truth. So...
I suppose we're going to have to turn over this money to Terra Nova.
Well, that would likely be the sort of ethical thing to do, but
yeah,
based on your interrogation practices, I'm not sure entirely how ethical Honey Badger and Inspector Spectre are.
Well, I'm willing to work outside the law to smack somebody around a little bit, especially when they're being so smug. But like I said, I'm not a cop. I don't have to follow cop rules. If I was a cop, I wouldn't do it. But I'm not a thief. I work hard for my money. So I think we definitely need to turn this in. And maybe Terra Nova knows something about this Phoenix, because I've never heard of him.
Yeah, what did you say the other, kind of miscellaneous stuff was before you said Gary?
Just random cities and foreign countries, like France, Argentina, Berlin.
Is because there's Gary, the name of a city,
Indiana.
Yeah, Gary, Indiana.
That's true. Although that is a little bit out of place in that all the other cities were in foreign countries, but hey, you never know.
Great centers of world culture: Paris, Moscow, London, Gary. I'm going to do a once-over of this room, look behind the shower curtain, check the closets, make sure there's not somebody still hiding in here.
Yeah, you do that, and there is not. Now, I don't know how well. I mean, you did kind of laser focus on the supervillains in the last game, but as they were running down the right-hand staircase, there was also a group being chased down the left-hand staircase by some crazy-looking, bespectacled guy waving a lamp at them.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to make sense to me.
Maybe it's a new super villain, or like the Illuminator or Lamp Man or something.
Pretty lame, but yeah, you never know.
Yeah. So let's see. Well, it seems to me that a lot points to this phoenix. So I'd say our first order of business is finding out just what the heck this phoenix is.
Yeah, what I don't understand is this guy that was carried away. He said that the senator's goons were taking him, and the senator hired us to get this thumb drive, I guess. But if it really was the senator's goons, then he would already have the thumb drive and he wouldn't need to hire us.
Unless it was a double bluff.
Yeah, unless it's some kind of ruse to throw us off, but doesn't matter, we'll get to the bottom of it.
Well, it occurs to you that this is very likely, the briefcase you found is very likely the briefcase full of money, but it's just been left here. It might be worth finding out who is staying in this room.
Yeah, that was step number. When we get back downstairs, let's talk to little Cryface and see what she's got to say.
Before we do that, I want to pick up my trench coat.
And damn it, now I don't know which one is mine.
Actually, I'm going to search through all the trench coats, see if someone left something maybe in the pockets or something.
No, they didn't. And in fact, it seems evident that these weren't even like personally owned sort of trench coats. These were, I'm putting this on so nobody sees I'm wearing a villain costume trench coats.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming I can find which one is mine. Probably have my name written in the tag or something.
Yeah, you've got like, it says like Specter.
Harvey Specter.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think we can go downstairs now.
So let's find out who is in the room, and then let's see if Terranova's ever heard of this phoenix.
All right,
we'll take the briefcase.
Yeah.
Yes, probably.
Yeah, we're going to have to turn that in. Probably fingerprints on and stuff.
All right. So you grab the briefcase and your trench coat and head back down these stairs. And your first stop was going to be Terranova or Candace, the desk clerk?
Well, you go talk to Candace. I'll give this money back to Terranova.
Okay.
All right. Well, Harvey heads over to the desk where Candace is still wiping, her eyes a bit. Did you find anything?
We found something, maybe. A few things. Don't worry about it. But we need your help again.
Okay, I'm happy to help.
We need to know who's staying in room 212.
Oh, she says, and gets this look on her face that suggests she knows more than she's about to tell you. But she says, that's the room where Dr. Montoya was staying.
Dr. Montoya.
Yeah?
Who was...
sorry, Dr. Montana.
Montana?
Yes.
Okay, so we have Montoya in Montana.
Yeah, it's hard for me not to mix these fucking things up. They're so close.
Okay. So, what do you know about this Dr. Montana?
Well, I don't really... I don't really know much about him. I mean, he filled out the folio like everybody does when he checked in.
It's just, I've been a private investigator for many years now. I can tell when someone's holding back, someone's not telling me the truth. I can detect subtle movements and facial expressions.
Well, she just breaks down immediately and starts bawling when you say that. Oh, I know. I really screwed up.
What did you do?
You gotta promise not to tell my manager.
I don't care about your manager. I need to know the truth now.
Okay. Well, when the men came looking for Richie Montoya, I just got confused, and oh God. Look, here, so the guys that were looking for Dr. Montana, I sent them to Richie Montoya's room, and the guys that were looking for Richie Montoya, I sent them to Dr. Montana's room. It was busy.
Okay, so you didn't do it on purpose.
No, it's just their names, and their room numbers 221 and 212, Montana, Montoya. We're busy. Here's a fundraiser. The senator's here. It's just stressful.
I see. It was an honest mix-up.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I've got their addresses, their billing addresses and stuff, if that'll help.
That will help.
Well, she prints out their folios, which include their addresses, at least the addresses they provided to the hotel. And hands them to you, yeah.
Okay. And, are you on drugs?
Just smoke a little pot.
Just smoke a little pot, do you? Just a little to take the edge off.
Just a little, because... Oh my God, I was going to say something horrible, and I stopped myself, and I'm glad.
Well, if I were you, I'd lay off the pot. So maybe you won't be so confused next time.
I'm not high right now. I don't come to work high. I just play video games.
Oh, yeah. Video games are just as dangerous. Gateway drug.
Whatever you say.
Next thing you know, you're gonna be fucking cats.
Okay, boomer.
It's like the second time you've mentioned fucking cats.
The third, he mentioned it in the first
Yeah, that's
episode as well.
There's something we don't know about Inspector Specter.
It's just an expression.
Yeah, this is a common expression. We've all heard that, right? Go fuck a cat? Sure. What's the title of this episode?
Go fuck
a cat.
Yeah, I don't think Apple Podcasts would accept that title. I don't know.
So, you have learned much, Inspector Specter. There has apparently been some kind of mix-up, and the superheroes got the guy the senator was trying to pay off, and the senator's guys apparently got chased out away by Dr. Montana. But you now have some potentially useful information in the form of their addresses. And I believe Honey Badger was taking the briefcase to Terry Terranova.
Yeah, hey, detective.
Hey, what's this, right? What you got there?
Well, we found a briefcase full of money up by room 212. Or was it 221? Anyway, we thought we better hand it over. Could be fingerprints on it.
You have any idea what this was doing up there?
Yeah, but I can't tell you.
Well, all right, I'll take it into evidence.
Yeah. When this is all over, I'll be more forthcoming.
All right.
All right, hey, listen. You ever heard of a group called Phoenix? Does that ring any bells? Some kind of organization, some kind of agency? Phoenix? That come across your desk?
Phoenix. I mean, Arizona?
Probably not.
No, I don't know of any organizations that.
Like a nefarious organization.
No, I don't think so. Doesn't not in my head anymore. Or anyway, I can search around in the databases.
Yeah, do that. Search around in the databases. Maybe we'll touch base with you tomorrow. All right, I'm going to go back and check with my partner and see what's up. We'll
All right.
keep you in the loop, Terra Nova.
Thanks, Honey Badger.
Yeah. All right. So what'd you find out, Inspector?
Yeah, so what we have here is a classic mix-em-up. We got a name mix-up. So it looks like the desk clerk fudged up, and looks like the guys that were after Montoya were sent next door to a guy named Dr. Montana, and vice versa.
Wait a minute. You mean there's a Montoya and a Montana?
Yes, the money outside of room 212. 212 was where Dr. Montana was staying.
Okay. So you think that the supervillains nabbed the wrong guy?
Yes, precisely.
All right. What's in that folder you got there?
We got the addresses of both Montana and Montoya.
Well, what are we waiting for then? Can you ride on the back of a bike, or will you just like float off?
No, I can ride.
All right. Well, if you can punch someone, you should be able to hold me around my waist. Don't get frisky, mister.
No. I'll just be, yeah.
Well,
let's
Terra
go.
Nova hasn't heard of Phoenix, but he's going to run into the databases. Might want to check back with him tomorrow. But yeah, let's hit these addresses. Are these Cape City addresses?
They are both Cape City
Oh,
addresses.
good. Well, which one of them looks closer?
Closer is an address nearby to downtown, just off Spook Street, and that is where Richie Montoya is supposedly staying, or did stay, lives.
Okay. So, and this Montoya, he's the spray tan guy, right, Inspector? And then Montana is the lamp man. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I think so. We still have to find this thumb drive for this senator.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of places a person could hide a thumb drive on their body. Or in it.
Perhaps.
Well, yeah, let's go back out to the street. And I got my bike parked across the street.
It's a Schwinn. No, I'm joking. It's a Harley. Compatible. It's Harley compatible.
All right. So with a translucent glowing specter on the back of Honey Badger's bike, you speed off in the direction of Mr. Richie Montoya's condo, which is on the 14th floor of a high-rise condo building. here in downtown, and you arrive there and proceed to take the elevator up to the 14th floor in search of Unit 1403, which is where Mr. Montoya lives.
What unit do you say?
1403.
Why don't you phase in there and then unlock the door for me?
Yep. Now you're gonna get another free peep show. I'm gonna take off my
Trench coat, and I'm gonna phase my face in.
Yeah, you phase your face in and see kind of like a little entryway. The lights are all off as far as you can tell. You don't hear anything. Doesn't appear that anybody's here.
Okay, I'll go all the way in and go back to the door and unlock it.
All right. Let's take a look around. Let me hit the light switch. Hey, wait, you know what? I actually do. You might not know this, Inspector. I've got like night vision in this helmet, but we both need to see, so I'll hit the light switch.
You switch on the lights and search around the this condo for a while. It's very nice, well decorated, single bedroom, sort of a young hip bachelor pad type place. But you spend a good hour, and it's not a large condo by any means. It's it's a small sort of one bedroom, and you are unable to find anything that appears like it will be of any use.
Damn it.
Clothes, shoes, grooming products, but I mean, yeah, just normal
Hey,
stuff.
Inspector, I think this leopard print underwear might fit you. Cover that blur you've got going on down there in the crotch region.
Yeah, not really my style. This guy is tacky as hell.
Yeah, tacky. Well, maybe we need to hit the other address then. Not a lot going on here.
Damn it. Can't believe there's nothing.
So, there's like no. Is there any mail lying around with anything, any like bank statements or anything like that?
You don't find any bank statements. I mean, there's like some utility bills and stuff, but I don't think that would be particularly useful.
So maybe he had a bank where he's stashing like a safety deposit or something. But
I can't find anything.
Yeah, I can't either. So, what do you say we hit up this other address?
Yeah. All right.
Well, it takes you a while to get all the way out to Kuchiwa Hills, where Dr. Montana apparently lives, in a large suburban-style house, on a cul-de-sac.
I grew up in this neighborhood,
It's a lot different than the gutter.
Yeah.
Agature district.
Yes, it is.
And it appears that somebody's home. Lights are on anyway.
Well, what do you say you go haunt that place? I'll wait by the front door. If I hear anything untoward happening, I'll burst in.
all right, so yeah, I will do the same thing and kind of find a good spot to poke my face through.
Well, okay, so You approach the house, and lights are on, and of course, it's evening and it's dark out at this point. And there's a light on in what appears to be a living room, and you can see, like the flashing lights of a television. So it looks like somebody's probably watching TV in there, and that is not. You don't think that will be visible from the front door, so you could probably... It depends on what you're trying to do, right? If you're trying to be stealthy and not be seen, I think the front door would probably be the place to go. If you want to be seen, then just right in the living room might maybe be the place to go.
Well, I don't want to be seen at first, because I want to make sure I get a sense of what's going on and who's in this house. So I will poke my head in, I guess, through the door first.
Okay, well, this is kind of a foyer area. There's some stairs kind of spiraling up on the left side, and the living room, you could tell, will be over on the right, and you believe the kitchen will be straight ahead, with the dining room kind of behind the living room.
And do I see any alarms set or anything? Like next to the door or, in the entryway?
There is a panel, but it says it is disarmed.
All right, I will just I'll just step in and unlock the door.
Okay.
And before I go out or alert Honey Badger, I'm just gonna kind of creep forward and try to... Do I hear the TV or anything?
Yes, you do.
So I'll go towards that direction just to see who I can see.
All right. Well, you creep through the foyer, and you can, as we've established, hear the television. It is a local Cape City news broadcast. And you poke your head kind of around the corner into the living room, and I'm going to give someone a roll here.
Now, I do have stealth, actually.
Okay.
4D stealth, if I need to use that.
Yeah, if you want to, go ahead, and I will just subtract whatever your successes are from their perception successes.
Okay, well, that's a shitty fucking roll. I got one success. No, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Two successes. I got a 4 and a 2. 2 5s, so 2 successes.
Well, this person rolled 1, so for a net of -1, does not notice you, and you see a woman, another woman, I should say, who appears to have likely recently been crying, sitting on kind of a lazy boy chair, watching TV, and she's facing your direction, but she's so fixated on the TV that she doesn't notice you kind of poke your head around.
Does she wearing a wedding ring?
Yes.
Oh, so I mean, not that tells me that much, but I'm assuming that this might be the wife. And I'm going to walk back out to the front door, open it as quietly as I can, and wave Honey Badger in and tell her what I saw.
I'll follow him in and go into the foyer. And
all right. So you guys kind of quietly, I'm not going to make you roll for it. I mean, she's, distracted by the TV, but are now standing in the foyer.
yeah, let's not scare her. Let's just let her know someone's here. Hello? Hello? I'll knock on the wall.
She's clearly startled, but she doesn't scream. But she does get up and say, "Richard?" And she runs around the corner and sees you two, and then she does scream.
Calm down.
And says, Who are you?
Don't worry, we're superheroes.
We just want to ask some questions, that's all. We're not here to harm you, ma'am.
Oh, goodness, is it about Richard?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell us about Richard?
Well, come in. I've just been watching the news. He never came home from work. I just in case there was going to be something, I don't know. He works for Bain, so it's just, you never really know.
He works for Bain Industries?
Yes.
It could be,
But if you have any news...
They're a sinister bunch over at Bain Industries. I know that much.
Well, yes, we superheroes know it. The guy thinks he's above the law.
You talking about Brendan Bain, the industrialist?
Yes, Brendan Bain, he gets away with everything because he's super rich.
Yeah, makes me sick. Tell you what, let me go make the lady a cup of tea in the kitchen and you talk to her. We'll help you calm down, sister. You take a little sugar in your tea?
Sure, please, thank you.
All right, ma'am. So you're saying your husband is Dr. Richard Montana?
Yes.
Okay. So not only are their names similar, they've got the same first names. Don't worry about that, ma'am. We're here to investigate your husband's disappearance.
Oh no, he's disappeared.
Well, maybe. I mean, we don't know where he's at. We know another man was kidnapped. Someone by the name of Richie Montoya. Very similar name.
Very strange.
But there appears to be no one in your husband's apartment or your husband's hotel room.
Why would he be staying in a hotel?
Uh-oh, I say as I bring the tea back in. Yeah. Well, we were going to ask you that. What would he be doing staying in a hotel? Hey, have you ever heard of something called Phoenix?
Phoenix? No, I don't think so.
All right.
Well, there might be some secrets your husband had. It might be work-related, or they might be affair-related.
Well,
I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, there's no reason to jump to that conclusion.
Did your husband have an affinity for cats?
I was actually just going to say, well, I know he fucks cats, but...
Does your husband have a study or a home office or a laptop or anything like that we could take a look at?
I mean, yes, you're free to look around wherever you want. His office is over that way, or whatever. I mean, we don't have to roleplay it all out because it's getting. I would like to get a little further before we have to call it up, and it's getting close. But yeah, you don't find anything particularly useful in the house. But I'll make you think of it.
So, how long has it been since you've heard from your husband?
Well, since he left for work this morning, he just never came home.
Tell you what, you keep talking to the lady. I'm gonna go have a look around outside. Maybe check the garage, the bushes, the vicinity. Maybe.
Okay.
If there's nothing in here. Maybe we can find something outside.
All right, ma'am. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, do you have any information about where Richard might be?
Yes, your husband appeared to attend a fundraising at a hotel.
Well, he didn't tell me anything about that.
Yeah, it was for something called Hoop. Heroes on our payroll.
Oh, yes, the heroes thing, yes. I did hear about that, but Richard never said anything to me about going. How odd. I mean, he always comes home. He's always home right at 5:30 every evening.
What kind of doctor was your husband? What area of expertise did he have?
He was a proctologist.
He was a cat proctologist.
I know it.
Yes, he's a research scientist.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know anything about what he was researching?
Well, I mean, I don't understand his work. I'm not a scientist, technically. I'm just a psychiatrist.
I see. And, you say he was working at Bain Industries?
Yes, that's right. For the last 20 years he's worked there.
We might have to ask them some questions.
Meanwhile, I'll look around outside and see if I can find anything. I'll check the garage and the exterior.
You do find one car parked in the 2-car garage, which you assume is likely his wife's. But there doesn't seem to be anything of note outside or in the garage, really.
Okay.
What kind of car did your husband drive?
A BMW 3 Series?
All right.
Yeah, I didn't find anything outside. But you say he worked at Bain. Maybe we ought to pay a little visit to his office there.
Yeah, I suppose that might be best. Are you sure you don't have any information? You say he was staying in a hotel?
Yes, he had a room. But we found nothing important inside.
Well, actually, did we? That was the room that we did find the Phoenix stuff, right?
Yes, the Phoenix stuff, the location stuff, and the Gary.
You know someone named Gary?
Oh, Gary. Yes. Is it Gary Arneson? He's a dear friend of Richard's. He owns a local game store called the Dragon's Den here in Kujawa Hills.
A game store? Like, what are you... video games?
Oh, no. Gary's into those, games like Battle Mallet and Druids of Dragondale.
So he's a nerd. That's what you're telling us.
Well, I suppose you could say that, yes.
Well, that's all right. Nerds make the best kissers. A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, we could, of course, I don't know if that place would still be open this late, but I say we've got 2 leads. We can talk to Gary, and we can see what we can find out from Bain, see what he was working on. Not like I expect a lot of cooperation out of Bain, though, and I also don't think infiltrating Bain Industries or Bain Tower would be all that easy. But I've always kind of wanted to do it, because I know that Bain is up to something. Whether it's related to this, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we should start with this gaming store with this Gary Arneson fellow. That's a place we can infiltrate. And you can pretend to be a nerd if we need to.
I couldn't even if I tried. I played rugby, okay?
Just wear a Buck Goodsense shirt with low. With,
I don't
cleavage.
have a Buck Goodsense shirt. The only thing I have is a Dweek Stevens tank top I wear to bed. And I have a stuffed Flurf doll. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, I think we hit the game store. But I gotta warn you, there's gonna be a lot of BO in there, just so you know.
All right, noted.
All right, well, ma'am, we'll let you know if we find anything out. And here's my card. Call this number. It's 1-800-Honey Badger. Call that if you think of anything.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and good luck.
Well, thank you. We'll find your husband. Don't worry.
So your next stop sounded like it was going to be the Dragon's Den. Eh?
Yeah, with this Gary Arneson character.
All right. So you and it's not that far.
Most of your destination shopping can be found here in Kuchua Hills.
Oh yes. And it's a pretty good sized store. And as soon as you walk in the door, you see several tables where people are playing, various card games. There's a battle mallet game going on. Seems to be some kind of tragic tournament, like a small tragic tournament going on. There's but anyway, so you guys walk in the door, and like all eyes. I mean, you're in super fucking hero costumes. And you just walk into a goddamn game and comic book store, right? So, wide eyes turn, on every head in your direction, and somebody says, "Whoa, that's Honey Badger!" And you see an older guy standing behind the counter. And he looks over and he says, "Now don't stare, kids. Don't stare. Greetings. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. I'm Gary, the proprietor here. Anything I can help you find? I gotta warn you, fresh out of Prowlers and Paragons. Can't keep that thing in stock. Flying off the shelves."
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that means.
But yeah, he's kind of a big, stocky guy. He's got long gray hair and a ponytail, like a neatly trimmed gray beard.
Is he wearing like a loud flower print shirt? Because I bet he is.
Of course he is.
Gary, we got a problem. Your friend, Dr. Montana, he's gone missing. He's gone missing. His wife's at home crying. You got a
Richard's.
Yeah, you got a back room we could talk in case you start crying?
Yeah, sure. Come to the office. We can talk about this. And he leads you back into a small office where he's got a computer set up on a desk. And he sits behind the desk at the computer and kind of puts his chin in his hand and says, "So, you say Richard's missing?"
You don't know anything about it?
Well, no, I don't. Gosh, I haven't seen Richard probably about since last week. I think he came in to pick up some Druids of Dragondale expansion.
Of course, the expansion.
You got any idea why it'd have your name written down along with several big cities, high-class places, international?
Huh. That's really odd. No. I can't say that I do. That's kind of strange, though.
The name Phoenix mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. I mean, other than Arizona.
Yeah, your name was right next to the word Phoenix Agent, Phoenix Agenda. But you don't know
You are
nothing.
Phoenix Agent Gary.
I don't know what that is.
That's just what a Phoenix Agent would say.
Yeah. Maybe it's something like a druid of Dragondale. Why don't you spill the beans? Tell us everything you know.
I know that second edition Warhammer's my favorite system.
He's speaking in code. He is an agent.
I meant Battle Mallet.
Oh, Battle Mallet, yeah. Alright, Gary, if that is your name.
Would you like to see
Maybe.
my identification?
Yeah. Let's have a look.
He shows you his driver's license.
You gave us the wrong one. This says Mordenkainen. This is a convention pass. Let me see your driver's license. Okay, yeah. It checks out.
Yeah,
I don't trust this guy. There's gotta be a connection.
Yeah, there's a reason he had your name written down, Gary. Search your mind. You can't think of anything.
I mean, we've been best friends for a really long time, but
Do you know why? Do you know why Dr. Montana would have stayed in a hotel tonight at the Regency?
and he kind of
Aha!
looks a little hesitant and lowers his voice, actually, and says, well, you know, I don't want to sound all conspiratorial on you, but he does work for Bane, you know. And
We're aware of
doing
that.
all kinds of crazy stuff in there. And I don't want to be just like, paranoid about it, but I know that, Richard's occasionally working on sensitive or possibly dangerous types of things.
Do you know what kind of dangerous or sensitive things he was working on recently?
I don't ask about that kind of stuff. I mean, I wouldn't really understand it anyway. I mean, I'm a gamer, not a chemist.
All right, Gary.
Besides, I'm pretty sure he's under an NDA.
Yeah, probably so.
You think you think Bane was under contract with the government, or are they doing their own top secret stuff?
Well, I mean, Bane, I'm sure, has several contracts with the government, but that's not all they do.
There's only one way to find out, you know.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be
No, it's
easy.
not going to be easy. It's going to be a challenge.
Do you know any of his co-workers, perhaps? Maybe we could get in through them, steal some badges or something.
Actually, I do know several of his coworkers. I don't know if they would want to do it tonight, but I can call them and see if they want to meet you guys.
Well, I think I prefer to just pay him a visit, whether they want to go ahead with this or not.
Yeah, we'll continue the rest of our conversation in private. It's best that you don't know certain things, Gary.
That works for me. I feel like I'm in a position where the less I know, perhaps the better for me.
I think you're right. All right, Gary, we'll be in touch.
Yeah. Do you want an autograph or something?
Yeah, could I get one? He says, and like pushes like a tablet of paper at you.
No, you can't. We're just cosplayers. That's all. Forget I ever mentioned it. Maybe if you're a good boy, we'll come back. Maybe you can teach us how to play your little silly games.
Well, I can tell you that the kids out there would love to play with either or both of you.
Well, maybe we'll let them get some selfies with us on the way out. It's good for the PR.
All right, so you guys stopping, I assume, for a couple selfies with your huge fans on the way out. I'm guessing you're heading in the direction of Bane.
Yeah, I can't get in there, but you can. You might be able to disable some security to get me in. I don't know.
Well, were we going to check out did he give us the information for the co-worker guy or?
Well, he offered to, he said he knew a couple of them and offered to call them and see if they wanted to meet you, but that seemed to be declined, so I just assumed you weren't going to do that.
Well, I thought I was just going to not just have him tell us instead of asking them if they want, just give us their addresses and then we'd show up. That was my plan.
You're just going to get them fired. There's a breach with their security clearance.
If we're able to solve this mystery, maybe it's just for the better. I don't know.
Well, I got an idea. Maybe I can make some calls to see if there's some back way into Bane. But for now, I know you can get in.
Oh yeah, I can get in.
I think that's what that cat said.
God. All right, well, it's getting a little long in the episode, so I think we should reserve our adventures in the direction of Bane for the next episode.
Well, then we'll get on my Harley compatible and ride off into the night, back towards downtown.
Back towards downtown.